Camille, how's the? Have you become a street celebrity now? Like from a?
Yeah, my horns count for twice the piece, actually. When I honk for that guy.
For sure now, everybody, like the amount of people stopping you in the grocery store must have gone up by tenfold, right?
Yeah, people do recognize me. It's kind of
so cool.
Every day. It happens every day. It's like, people really like the show. It's a good show.
It's a good show. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, every
now when
you get free stuff.
When you read for that, I don't. We haven't talked about this. Like, when you read for that, was that something that you thought that they had written kind of for you, or that you were just auditioning for it? Like,
well, I didn't. No, I auditioned for 2 parts that I didn't get: TJ's part, TJ Miller, Ehrlich's part, and Big Head, and I didn't get them. And they just like the names. They said, you're not right for these, but we'll write something for you. And you always hear that. Whenever you have a good audition, you don't get it, don't worry, we'll write it for you. And it's just like the guy who brings
We'll see you never.
Yeah. Or you'll bring the Chinese food one episode, you know? But then they were like, yeah, we're going to write something for you. And I didn't hear anything for a while. And then the final round of auditions was happening, and I was out of town. And I was like, I got to fly back early, but I couldn't fly back early. So I was like, all right, I'm going to miss the final round of auditions. And then I landed, and I had this phone call that was all my agents and manager and everybody. And I was like, oh, this is something. And they said that they wrote a part for you, and that I'm going to be in the show. And I did one audition just with Mike, and from that, I didn't have to do the whole round of testing and shit. I did one audition with Mike Judge, and then just wrote a thing.
You didn't have to do that fucking horrible thing where people go in.
No, it was HBO let them kind of do their own thing. So Mike was like, "Oh, I like this guy. I'm gonna write something for him." They're like, "Okay, great. If you like him, use him."
Fucking awesome.
It was awesome. It was the easiest wasn't the easiest job to get. I was fucking terrified going into the audition because it's Mike Judge, and
It must be Carolyn Strauss, right? She must be some kind of mad genius, because she's been there forever at HBO, and HBO plays this really high risk, high yield game in television. They bet all that they have on shows, hoping that they become Game of Thrones, Sopranos, because their money is made from subscription. They don't give a fuck about ratings. They they want people to buy the product, and they have to actually they have to create cultural phenomena.
Yeah, they
as
have
a business.
They have the buy-in is so much bigger. It's not just a shoot. People aren't just giving them a half hour of their time. People are giving them $20 a month or whatever. So you have to create shows that become part of the
make
concept.
people on the subway start to just get humiliated that they don't know what everyone's
True
talking
Detective,
about.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to bully people into okay, fine, I'll fucking subscribe to this.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of hearing about these dragons.
Yeah, for me, The Wire was like that.
Yeah. God, I mean...
you haven't seen The Wire? I'm going to watch it just so I don't ever have to hear that sentence.
HBO's been in that business for decades now, and successfully like that. And it's that's not... And all the other networks, they're like, oh, we'll make 20 pilots, and then we'll, 19 of them will be bad, and then the one that's good also 1 out of 10 won't make it past 6 episodes, and it's this ridiculous fuck off, frog eggs being laid, knowing that they're all going to be eaten.
Dan, you should you should do an HBO kind of thing, or a scripted mythological.
Maybe my child will. Perhaps that's what I'm gearing up to.
Yeah.
I would like my child to have an overall deal at HBO.
But that is so interesting because it's the opposite approach. Networks, like you said, frog eggs, and then HBO, they bet $100 million in the first season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
they would have been out $100 million.
If they didn't know what they were doing, that would be a horrible mistake.
Yeah. But they made Deadwood, and they ran out of money on Deadwood, right? They couldn't finish the season because it was too expensive.
Is that what it was?
Right?
I thought it was Milch got busy and bored.
I thought that they just ran out of dough.
But HBO has dough.
Rome? Yeah. I never saw Rome.